Hi, I'm Brandon, and the time has come to take another look at Hambubger. He's one of the worst, one of the classics, so let's jump into it. I was going to read from his wiki page to learn a little bit about him before the sting, but it was so graphic and disgusting that it would probably just immediately get flagged by YouTube. Let's just say that this guy is a monster. He's one of the worst we've seen on the show. He did horrible things to his own family members. Like, this guy is terrible. So let's see what happens when he shows up at the Sting house.
You ready, Sam? Let's go ahead and get on down there. He's coming.
Here comes
He's coming, just not very fast.
53-year-old James Wiles.
Like, if you saw this guy get out of that car and walk like this, you would just assume that he's drunk. There's no way you would. There's no either that or he's a zombie. There's no other logical conclusion you could come to.
Is a retired truck driver from Jacksonville.
You can come on in.
He was already coming on in when she said, "Come on in."
Hi.
Come in from the light.
Online,
Yeah, like, he can't even get through the doorway. He doesn't have enough strength in his left arm to open the door wide enough for his body to step through, so he just kind of bangs through and struggles with it.
Hi.
online, Wiles uses the screen name Hambubger to chat with a decoy.
So there is a lot of debate about what not a lot of debate, but what Hambubger means. I think some people thought it was a misspelling of hamburger, but apparently his email address had the same spelling, so obviously it was intentional. So I think people assumed that it was some kind of inside joke from his trucker days, that was like his trucker handle or something.
Named Claire, who told him she was 30. Early on, Wiles
I've pointed this out before, but he looks like Michael Berryman, the guy from the original Hills Have Eyes movies. I don't want to shit on that guy because he's awesome and he probably doesn't want to be connected to Hambubger at all, but kind of see the resemblance.
tells the girl he's in love, and he quickly hopes
And just like this guy is just so horrible to tell the girl that he's in love with her. Obviously he's not. Obviously we know what he wants from her. We know the history of what he did to his own young family members. So there's no way this guy's in love, but he just wants to trick this girl into letting him do what he wants. Like, this guy is disgusting.
the love affair will go to the next level.
Maybe if you want, we could have, or just go to the beach and enjoy each other's company.
You can go hang out with Michael Willis. He'll be there at the beach too.
He goes on to say he wants
Yeah, he's like, we can have sex or go to the beach. Yeah, I wonder which one Hambubger's going to push for. I wonder which option would he prefer.
to perform oral on her, and she replies, "It's okay."
As long as you're gentle.
Baby, I will be gentle as a pussycat.
Oh,
He says he wants Claire to meet him in her underwear, pink to be exact. Claire agrees and has her own request.
yeah, as soon as these guys realize that this young person, this decoy, is going to do whatever they want, they just want to live out every single fantasy. They just list out, show up wearing pink panties, whatever they imagine in their mind. They just want to make sure they're going to do.
Is there any way I can get you to bring me some M&Ms?
Hi.
Just so we have more proof of your intent.
Hi.
Well, here we have this really sweet decoy. She doesn't get talked about very much. I brought this up before. She's probably one of the least popular, or maybe not least popular, but least discussed decoys. But she actually does a fairly good job. She's just so sweet.
How are you?
And here he
What is? He's still struggling to get in the damn door.
is inside the undercover house.
And just seriously, buddy, look at this girl. This girl's 18 or 19 or something. You really think that, out of all her options, she would pick you? This disgusting, bald, geriatric zombie man who can barely walk, who struggles to get in the door?
Greeted by a 19-year-old actress hired by Dateline.
I wasn't sure if you were coming.
And, how is this guy 53? We have predators on this show that are older than this guy and look younger.
Oh, yeah. Told you I'd be here.
Wiles keeps his
And I brought this up before, there's obviously the looks like restaurant joke from Juan Lee about this decor here. I brought this up before, that this does not look like a normal house. This looks like something that was like like a school play decorated by a bunch of 10-year-olds. Like, that's what this room looks like. It actually got some pushback. Some people said that this is normal, for a beach house like this. I stand by my argument that this place looks ridiculous.
His online promise.
Did you bring my M&Ms? Did you bring?
Take them out, put them on the table so they can eat them afterwards. Oh, this guy's smile, just his leering, disgusting smile. Like, oh my god.
Bring the condoms too? No.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I'm gonna go change.
She should just like toss them back to Chris. Here you go.
I'll be right back. Okay.
We've blurred his graphic body language,
Oh, and just they have to blur his mouth and his crotch, so you can use your imagination as to what exactly he was doing.
which seems to telegraph exactly what's on his mind.
Like, God, oh my God. He's obviously sticking out his tongue and making a licking motion while touching himself. This guy's unbelievable.
You seem a little nervous driving around out there.
Yeah.
What are you doing here today, Jim?
I'm coming to see her.
Yeah, you see anything wrong with that? Anything a little bit strange?
And how old is the girl you came to see here today?
She says she's 30. Right.
She says she was. Yeah, that means that she is. For the purposes that you're here today and under the law, if that's what she says, that's what she is.
Just visiting. That's all. I did not want to have sex.
That's not what it says.
Then why were you doing that disgusting thing with your tongue while rubbing yourself?
Here,
I know what it says there.
we will be making love all the time I'm there. Okay, cool. With
Yeah, exactly.
my tongue up your
These guys, they always claim they weren't going to do anything after they said all that stuff. You said what you were going to do. How are we supposed to not believe you were going to do it? I have to say this every damn time. Like, these guys are like, they don't, like, they think that we don't know how human nature works. If you talk at length about exactly what you intend to do when you show up, a reasonable person would think that you intend to do those things you said you were going to do. So you can't claim you weren't going to do it, especially after we just caught you doing disgusting things with your mouth and feeling yourself after you just saw the girl. We know what you're thinking.
blank.
But I say that on all of
You say that all the time.
Right.
James, did you ever watch?
They should just get him and Jeff Stacy, all these guys that claim they just say that to everyone. They could just have chats with each other. They can pretend to be whoever they want. Just ask each other if they're cops, ask each other if they're virgins, say all the disgusting sexual things, and leave the rest of the world alone.
Television.
Very little. I watch TV.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dave.
That's a lie. This guy. What does this guy do? Like the internet wasn't as or it wasn't as big of a thing as it is now. I don't like YouTube like only kind of just started to exist. So what the hell is this guy doing other than watching TV? Like he sits around reading, conducting science experiments. No, he probably just watched trash television all day long.
On NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try to meet children online for.
Sir, please. I'm not in for.
You liar. And it's unfortunate too, like he did all that stuff with his own family members, and apparently either they dropped the charges or he was acquitted or something. So basically like wasn't held accountable for it. And then he just tries doing this, gets caught on this show, and then tries to claim that he had no bad intentions. There's no reason for a 53-year-old man to be at the home of a young girl who's home alone. There's no way. Even if you're the most honest person and you actually, even if it was true, you didn't have any intentions, just you being there is so wrong. People know this. That's why people don't engage in this kind of behavior, and the people that do are the ones that get arrested for it, because there's no reason to do that. Grown adults don't go over to the homes of young teenagers just to hang out and watch TV or play video games and stuff. That does not happen unless they're like a family member that you're babysitting or something. No one does that. How could this guy expect us to believe it?
I'm just in for a friendship. That's all.
Oh yeah, just in it for a friendship. Because yep, these two, they just want to be pals. Two peas in a pod. This young decoy and this disgusting 53-year-old sex offender. They're just they're gonna be best of friends. They're just gonna go hang out together, go to the beach, go bowling, and be lifelong friends. No one believes that for a second.
Prove it, Wiles gives an excuse we haven't heard before. He says he isn't able to have intercourse.
That's funny that at this point they hadn't heard that before, so he was the first. Since then, we've heard that quite a few times. On Takedown, I cover some of the Takedown episodes on my Patreon channel, so if you want to help support me, go sign up for my Patreons. I have like 160 commentaries on there that aren't available on YouTube. But the guys, we've heard that like a whole bunch of times. It's actually fairly common now for the older guys to claim that. But to not be graphic, but you don't need certain body parts to work in order to do a horrible crime to a young person. And if it doesn't work, why was he rubbing himself and making those disgusting gestures with his tongue? It doesn't matter. That's not a defense that you claim that you aren't able to get it up. Like that is just bullshit.
Ain't a woman in this world give me a
That might be true because you're not into women, you're into young girls.
I'm past that stage now. Sir, I'm telling you the truth. I am past that stage.
And you're entering a new stage, which is called prison.
Well, you're free to go.
I know when you go have me arrested when I walk out the door.
Yeah, of course. You do this kind of crime, you get arrested. That's how the world works.
Actually, it's the Flagler Beach police who are gonna do the arresting.
Turn around.
One day I would just like to see Chris be so angry. He's like, you know what? I'm not even waiting for you to get out. I'm placing you under citizen's arrest. And then Chris just throws the guy to the ground and cuffs him.
Wiles is brought to the police station and agrees to speak to investigators.
When you were talking to her online about masturbating.
This is like, here they have this map behind them. There was one, the Charles Green interrogation, where they had the big U.S. flag behind them. So I wonder, is there two different interrogation rooms that the same police officers used? Or did they just put up the U.S. flag and then take it down again because of the maps here? Yeah, not a huge deal, just something I noticed.
At the time, was that real or pretend?
Just pretend, ma'am.
And so when you were coming here today to see Claire, what were you guys going to do?
Just be friends.
How could you or how would you want to be friends with someone of that age? Like, that doesn't make sense. Even like 25-year-olds would have nothing in common with this guy. It would just be awkward hanging out with him because it's like he'd be referencing, things from the 60s and they'd have no idea what the hell he's talking about. There would be no shared interest. Like his old chucker friends, like he could probably find things in common and hang out with them and have some sort of a meaningful friendship with them. But even a 25, even a 30-year-old would just be like, this guy is just old and creepy and weird. For someone who's a young teenager, there is no way that they would ever have anything to say to each other.
Just sit and look at each other?
Yeah, exactly. Sit there and look at each other.
Talk, watch TV or whatever.
He said he doesn't watch TV. If you don't watch TV, well, how the hell are you going to have a conversation about TV shows or anything to do with TV?
Mm-hmm.
Play games.
Wiles
Playing board games with Hambubger. What a fun way to spend your evening. What teenager would not love that?
is charged with 2 felony counts, including attempting to commit a lewd act upon a child. He later pleaded not guilty.
Let's head back on over to the wiki page here. The arrest and aftermath here doesn't seem quite as graphic, so I think I can read it without getting in trouble from YouTube. Hambubger's real name is James Wiles. So it says Wiles was charged with 4 felonies, and after bailing out, he went on the run. He went on the run? This is the last guy. The guy who could barely run should not go on the run. And he was quickly recaptured, hiding at his mother's house. Of course he was. This guy, how is he going to outrun the police? Wiles was also wanted for failure to pay child support. So, yeah, this guy, it's like every area of his life he just sucks at. He's just an all-around bad guy. The failure to pay child support was the outstanding warrant that he was fleeing from at the time of the Flagler Beach sting arrest. And before his conviction, Wiles ended up dying in jail quite painfully because he refused to take medication for an undisclosed condition in 2010, supposedly kidney disease. Does it make me a bad person that I kind of enjoy the fact that he died painfully in a jail cell? His daughters had a celebratory party when the news of his death came. Wiles' daughter Marcia conducted an interview, which was shown on YouTube, describing what a monster her father was and the things her and her siblings were subjected to. Yeah, it's horrible. When your own kids are celebrating the fact that you died, you failed as a human being. At the time of the interview, Marcia was living out of a hotel room and had formerly been addicted to drugs, claiming that the last time she got high was when she found out Wiles had passed away. Chris would mention on his podcast that she was the only family member that wanted to see him on his deathbed, and the only reason she wanted to was to get a picture of him dying. And if you go to the wiki page, they actually have a picture of him on his deathbed. This guy deserves no mercy. Like, just the fact that human beings like this exist in the world is horrible. And it's these kind of guys that, I mean, obviously every predator caught on this show deserves it, but there's guys like this that really deserve it. These are the kind of guys like we definitely have to get off the street. And just the fact that he was acquitted for what he did to his own family, is travesty of justice. But ultimately he paid a very high price because he never saw freedom again after what we just saw. Him and Chris Hansen, he went to jail and then died, so he can no longer hurt anyone else. So I guess there's a little bit of a silver lining there. All right, well, thanks for watching, everyone, and let me know if there's any other predators you want me to cover or recover, and I will try to do them. And I will see everyone next time.